today's conference, today's gathering, basically we require to have a great challenge towards the COP26. We have been conducting this great initiative on this. I'm very much glad to have this session where we have given the topic on sustainable construction and the carbon neutral construction industry and the climate resilient infrastructure which has been transforming now to conventional system to resilient infrastructure systems. So today we are faced up with many global housing challenges where it has been gone worse of the impacts caused by the human wars towards the climate crisis. So you can see this picture where the adverse effects of the humans, the habitants, which is coming across throughout the world, and not only habitants but the flora and fauna in and around the sea and oceans on the world and on the earth. They're tremendously being focused by this climate change. But the climate change we see, the threat we face to the health of the people is making adverse effects on human. So the impacts of this human-induced climate change are drastically increasing in India as well as the nation, the worldwide. Just because of the rising temperatures, the rise in greenhouse gas concentrations, the changes in the precipitation, the changes in the frequent changes in the weather. If you see, recently we have a lot of floods and droughts, the changes in the climate. So this makes the lot of effects on the food, water resources, the air we breathe, as well as the weather we experience. So thus the interaction between the built environment, the natural environment, and the climate change is a critical thing. So the risks we face as a human to grow in the sustainable development, in the form of sustainable development, is far better than the conventional system we face. Most of the emissions you come across is from the industries, majorly from the construction industry. So this reduction in construction, the carbon emissions associated with the residential, commercial, industrial, and any other critical things in the construction industry. So this reduction we must do so far in such a way that it should not exaggerate the global crisis. So this reduction, not only because of the housing, the infrastructure we develop, the critical crisis we interact with the housing and the people to the climate, and climate to the industry. These cannot be solved in a solution isolation, but rather they can be they can take the prioritize the needs of the families who really require to impact it what the vulnerable climate changes. So this picture shows the overall impact on the climate change of different areas to different um, habitants. It could be habitat on the water, habitat in the water, habitat in the ground, earth, and so on. Coming to this basic picture of global warming, climate change, causes and effects, and the how this is transforming because of the effect on the humans. So the people, the housing for the people, and the climate crisis, these are all interrelated. So they cannot be resolved uh, differently, but they cannot be isolated, but rather um, they'll be giving the opportunities or effects that prioritize the needs of the families. Oh, so the IPCC can understand here. They have made clear that the action towards the reduction in carbon emissions is very much needed over the next few decades, next two more decades. So this can be curbed significantly by taking few actions on the type of construction, the process of construction, the materials we use, and the way the building is designed. So as a part of this, the matter of this, what we can do is the building sector, because of the opportunity to reduce the carbon footprint from the buildings during construction or in the operation stage. There are two things we have to understand here. One is the operation stage and the pre-operation stage, that is embodied carbons, what we release from the materials we use. So the urgent action we require here is to address the housing, the basic needs, adequate needs of the housing globally, and improve the living conditions. So the quality of the life here of most of the people are vulnerable towards the climate. So the households, while addressing the need for the sustainable construction and reducing the carbon emission, will result in the construction which is of zero net zero buildings. So in order to ensure these efforts to reduce the carbon emissions, we don't have to raise the cost of the housing here. We don't have to raise the cost of the land. But in spite that, we can able to design a building in such a way that it is not emitting emissions in the operation stage. Or in the pre-construction stage, if you are not using any high embodied energy materials, then you can simply reduce the carbon emissions and call it as a carbon neutral building. So the centers like the KPR foundations and CGR, which is calling for the urgent need for sustainable construction, and the ways the strategies they use to provoke the people. This will mitigate the carbon emission efforts in the built environment. Thereby, the housing sector, which is here, they can ensure two ways to develop a good sustainable buildings. Now you can see the effects of environment and the effects of human over the causes and the greenhouse gases. Thereby, the acidification which is causing on the environment in the environment, which is making us the recent rainfalls. These recent rainfalls, even can understand, these are heavily addressed because of the human effects we face. So whatever the carbon dioxide which is released inside, whatever the sulfur dioxide or carbon monoxides will react with the UV radiations of the sun, thereby causing the acidification, the process of evapotranspiration, and then the acidification will come into place. This will create a lot of disturbances in the extreme weather conditions like hurricanes, floods, droughts. This in turn creates the life loss in the life, and loss in the resources what we generate from the earth. You can understand the earth overshoot day is one of the concepts we generally see. Every year the earth will generate on its own the resources. Those resources will be utilized by the various uh, people, where the regeneration of these resources will take some time. So the day on which the resources get depleted on the earth for every year is called as earth overshoot day. So just because of the pandemic, we could at least increase this day from July 29th in 2020 to August in 2021. So by August, somewhere on the week of the August, all the resources which are generated by the earth, we have been consuming it. And remaining days from August to December, we have been using those resources for the next year. But still, we are on a harder side where we are still using the next year's generation of earth resource generations. Even we are using in this year only. The day will come where we have to understand the resource generation will get completely depleted. Then there could be a adverse efforts on the nature. For these, a human has major concerns. Causes could be the fossil fuels, the greenhouse gases. Thereby, it is forming a global warming effect on the climate. The change in climate creates a lot of efforts. You can see on the right side of this picture, the adverse effects. And this kind of efforts now came into as a feedback. So this is nothing but a just like hydrological cycle. Every human has its own effect on the global change, as well as the climate change is also giving some effects on the human. So it is interlinked. So if you just like what we say, respect others, others will respect you. In a similar manner, human now giving adverse effects to the nature. Now same is reflecting in the form of the impacts that we can understand from this figure. So for this, the only option we can go for is create a better future by achieving the carbon neutral buildings. The carbon neutral buildings are nothing but we will reduce the carbon dioxide emitted from the buildings. As we know that if we can able to focus on the design aspects, can able to focus on the material aspects, can able to focus on the use of renewable resources, renewable energy, then we can definitely achieve this concept of carbon neutral buildings and carbon neutral construction. So, in simple words, in order to reduce the climate impact on the project, we need to define a clear targets at early stages. So, these clear targets should be mainly focusing on the renewable energy, should be mainly focusing on the carbon storage. That means we have to use materials which can store the carbon and thereby the renewable resource of the offsite we can use. So the conventional system on to your side we see operation energy is a lot of having the R1 emissions, next to it construction part and the building materials. So these are equivalent carbon dioxide which is emitted from different stages now. On to your right, we can able to balance this in spite of emitting the carbons, we can restore them. We can restore while utilizing the energy. So both ways we're getting benefited. So this could be a balanced carbon neutral constructive part where though we design the materials and choices, we can create the efficient buildings with low energy use where the energy needed or required is supplied from the renewable energy resources and the energy demand which which we require can be reduced by optimizing the building volume, the orientation part or the building envelope we call by using the passive design techniques. So this will specifically speak on the energy efficiency of the building, services, and the controlling and monitoring of the building. So this can be achieved using these 6 steps which are on stated on the right side, very simply. So define your target that is to minimize the neutral carbon neutral, agree the carbon budget, means by just like your economical budget, how the building is performing in terms of carbon budgeting, and follow this for the same for the next projects. So this could be a benchmark. This could be a some kind of strategics you can compare with other buildings. So minimizing the materials, use of the materials, that means increasing the metal efficiency, thereby reducing the energy demand. So you choose a material which is performing well. At the same time, you should choose a material which is which can be replaceable, which can be reusable, which can be recyclable. This will make sure that the virgin material cannot be used further. So minimal use of virgin material can be done. So that could be one of the concept to of 3 hours, three hours and 5 hours concept, which can be in implemental position in the construction industry. So achieve this carbon neutral construction part, we have to integrate the design process. So the integration in terms of optimizing the building envelope for low energy needs, integrating with the recent technologies we want, and prioritizing those energy which are renewable and efficient. Thereby, you can reduce the heat gain into the building and heat loss in the building. That depends on the regional variations. We can able to use the solar panels for the different purposes. A kickstart for the carbon neutral construction then ultimately the materials we use will makes a lot of difference at the end of the day. The right materials you choose based upon the environmental data, that is we call it as environmental product declaration. We use materials which are recyclable, renewable, reduced carbon emissions, which which is on par with the conventional materials. So thereby it is satisfying the functional requirements of the building as well as the environmental and social and economical requirements. Altogether, we define this target as a climate impact to clarify how the consequence of building is focused, and then draft the carbon budget. This carbon budget can stimulate the building process in reducing the carbon dioxide emissions. So this indicator was very much required as of now, which a need of the hour, which is the need of the hour to achieve the carbon neutral buildings and construction. And this is all for my side, sir. Thank you very much.